Hi everyone, it's Dawn. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, my name is Dawn and I'm a 53-year-old woman here in the mature beauty community, and I invite you to hit the subscribe button and stick around. So I wanted to thank all of you for your interaction with me on my last video. I received so many beautiful comments. So many of you shared your stories with me about your childbirth experiences or experiences with people who haven't been nice to you, or your sanctification process over the years. Some of you are in your 30s who are watching, and you came on here and told me because, the person who left me a mean comment said they were in their 30s and I was too old to watch. So you came on here and left me a comment and let me know, and it just meant the world to me. I know that when somebody I know is treated unfairly, I like to kind of go to bat for them too. And I appreciate the sweet words. It lifted me up so much, but honestly, I really wasn't that bothered by it. It did get me thinking again about my channel name, and it seems like you guys are kind of like split. Some of you think I should keep my channel name exactly the same. Some of you think I should definitely change my channel name, and that you think it's a perfect channel name, Golden Hour Beauty. And some of you kind of gave me an in-between, and I thought that was really cool too. And I honestly don't know what I'm gonna do still. I did have sort of a sign though, which was so weird. After I put that video up on Saturday, I was going through some comments that you were sending to me as you were sending them. I don't think I've responded to all of them, but I've read every single one of them. So I was reading them, and my house has an western exposure in the front and an eastern exposure in the back. And so in the east, obviously we get more sun in the morning, and in the evening we get it in the front of the house. And so I was sitting in the back of the house, and it was around 5 o'clock p.m. and all of a sudden the sun started to shine in so bright in one window in the front of the house, and it kind of hit me where I was sitting on the couch. It was really bright and I had to kind of reposition myself. And we don't usually get light in our living room. We do during that time of day, but it happened to happen right when I was thinking about it. I'm like, is this a sign? It's like golden hour while I'm answering these comments about golden hour. And it was just so cool. It's like God sees us. He sees us. He hears us. He knows every hair on our head, which is amazing because that changes from day to day. He always knows how many we have. And so anyways, I really appreciate all that interaction. And I love that so many of you interacted with each other as well. I thought that was just beautiful. And that happened also on my fall fragrance favorites video. You guys all started to kind of interact. And I love that because this is a community and we interact with each other, but I love when you all kind of get to know each other too. And I'm sure some of you see each other's names on other people's channels as well in the mature beauty community, so you can all get to know each other. So anyways, I am going to share with you my daytime and nighttime skincare routine. It's kind of a lazy girl routine with a focus on hydration and moisturization and not a heavy focus on actives, but I do use some active ingredients that you'll see. And right now I'm in the process of using up products. So if it's a product that I'm just using up and planning on heading on to something else afterward, I'll tell you. But if it's a product that's like a mainstay in my routine, I'll also let you know that. And my skin is combination, even though I'm 53 years old and in menopause, my T-zone still gets oily, like just right here and right here. And during the day, if I don't wear the right foundation or the right moisturization, I'll get downright greasy. So I have to be very careful with the ingredients that I pile onto my skin during the day in particular, and the foundations I use, because my skin definitely it's not just normal like a lot of people's, where you can use a radiant foundation or use a matte foundation or whatever you want. I have to be pretty selective for my foundation to look good throughout the day. And I also have to kind of balance that, like I said, with the products I use. And I've learned that my skin really benefits most from hydration. So it's sort of focused around moisturization and hydration. And, you'll see in the routine that my nighttime routine changes throughout the week, but my daytime routine stays the same. So my nighttime routine will be longer to explain to you. And I'll also post in the description box videos that I've done on certain products that you might want to know more about, and I'll title them so you can look down there and see in case you're interested in checking anything out that I may or may not still be using in my routine. And yeah, so let's just jump in and get started. I always want to share with you what I do on my neck and chest and backs of my hands and my lips. So I'm going to start there so I don't forget. I'm not using tretinoin on my face anymore. I'm using a retinaldehyde, and I'll show you that. You know, I do love tretinoin. I've used it on and off since I was 18 years old. I started using it for breakouts and things like that, and I've used it on and off. I didn't use it in my 30s when I was pregnant and nursing all the time, but I went back into it pretty heavily in my 40s. And now that I'm in my 50s and I'm going through menopause, my skin is a little bit drier. It doesn't tolerate it as well, so I'm using retinaldehyde. But my neck and my chest and my hands still tolerate it well, so I do still have it. And I do use this a couple times a week all over my neck. I put it on my ears, all over the kind of like the back too, down onto my chest. You can see I have some redness, and it's from this, but it doesn't, I can't feel it. It doesn't hurt or anything like that. So I'm just letting it be for now. I'm thinking my neck and chest will acclimate to it. So if I'm ever red here, that's the reason why. And then I use this Juice Beauty Stem Cellular Lifting Neck Cream. This is my HG or OG, whatever the term is today, neck cream. I've tried others from City Beauty, and I've tried It Cosmetics neck cream, and I don't feel that anything works as well as this. So it's a little bit expensive, but this will last me almost a year. So I think it's like $60, but I'll have it for an entire year. And I try to use it twice a day. Sometimes I forget in the morning because I put my sunblock on my neck and chest. So mainly I use it once a day in the evening time, always, even if I don't use this. So this is a few times a week. This is every night, pretty much. And that's what I do for my neck and my chest. And then I do also moisturize it or put a little oil, some jojoba oil on my neck and chest. And yeah, so that's what I do for my neck, chest, and the backs of my hands. I always wash my makeup off in the shower. So I get into the shower with full makeup on. I just take out my earrings. Obviously I'm undressed, and I get into the shower. And the first thing I do is like face the spray and get my hair wet and get my face wet. And this is my favorite cleanser that I'm using, and I want to continue to buy it. It lasts a really long time. It's more expensive than I like to spend on a cleanser. I think it's around $20. I usually use Andalou Naturals or Derma E, but this is a foaming cleanser. It's a cream to mousse, it says, and it's from Roche Posey, and it's the Pigment Clar. I'm not sure how you say it, but I've been using this, and I really love this cleanser a lot. It says it's a brightening foaming cream cleanser. So it comes out like it's a cream, and then it gets really foamy. You need the teeniest bit, and it really foams up, and it removes pretty much all my makeup unless I used a waterproof eyeliner or a mascara, and then I need to use like a Neutrogena wipe when I get out, or a little micellar water. So I always have one of these guys with Neutrogena wipes, and sometimes I buy the generic ones. I don't right now, but sometimes I do. I usually look for them when I go to TJ Maxx or Marshall's because they're really inexpensive and you can get a pack, and I think it's like $6 or something. So that's what I do when I get out of the shower if I still have any makeup on my face, but then I still like take a little wash rag with water and wipe it off. I don't want anything sitting on my face, any makeup remover or anything like that. And then I go in with a toner, and the toner that I've been really loving is, and this isn't really a toner, I usually use Thurs Witch Hazel in the rose scent, and I like it with the pump because I can just spray it on my face, and that's what I'll use like 90% of the time. But lately I've been using this, and this is the La Roche Posay Thermal Water, and I've been using this because it's thermal spring water. and it's for sensitive skin. It just feels like water, and it kind of resets the pH, which is the only thing I want my toner to do anyways. And I was listening to Dr. Dre, and also another dermatologist said that these are good because they help your natural biome, because the water has probiotics or prebiotics and whatever inside the thermal water. So it's not a bad thing. I mean, it's not, we always say, oh, it's just water, but it also has that benefit. So I've been using this. I really like it. I liked it a lot during the summertime because it felt really good on my skin. And I think I'll keep using it because when I use the Thurs, sometimes the witch hazel can be a teeny bit drying on my skin, and I don't want to dry out my skin any more than I have to. So then the next thing that I do is at night, I go in with my serum, and 3 times a week, this is empty, I know I'm almost out, I have a backup. I use my Aven Retinol. I use this on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and it is a retinaldehyde, and it comes in a 0.5 or a 0.1, so it comes in 2 strengths, and it's not like retinol. Retinol takes a couple conversion steps for your body to turn it into active retinoic acid, which is what tretinoin is. This is retinaldehyde, so it only takes 1 conversion step, but it's much gentler on your skin than tretinoin. So I have this in the 0.5. I think I'll bump it up. I've used several bottles of this in the 0.5 since I started using it, and I think I'll bump it up to the 0.1 in the springtime when my skin needs a little less hydration. But I have another one of these in backup already in the 0.5, and my skin responds to it really well. And so this is what I'm using for my vitamin A derivative. And on the nights that I use this, I top it, I let it soak in completely, and then I top it with Clinique Moisture Surge Overnight Mask. And this is called a mask, but it's really not like a mask. It's really much more just like a nice lotion, like Moisture Surge, but a little more intense. And it's a cream instead of like that bouncy clear gel, and it looks like this, and you just apply it all over anywhere you want it, and it feels very soft and silky. So when I use this, I use this on top of it 3 times a week, and I sleep with just these 2 things, and I really love this a lot, and these are staples in my routine. This isn't going to change. So then on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights, I always use these, and I just cleanse my face, remove any residue like I explained. I use my thermal water and then pat my face dry, and then I use the L'Occitane Reset Serum. This is Immortelle oil in these little bubbles in here, and you just pump it out. It smells very light, like like a flower, and it's the Immortelle oil that you're smelling, and it does go on your skin a little bit oily, but it does soak in, and it just makes your skin really plush and juicy and brighter. And I just love this serum so much. This is my favorite. I've tried the Kiehl's overnight serum, that's really good too. I've tried the Sunday Riley Luna oil, I like that too, but I'm really enjoying this one. And so what I do a lot of the time is I just put like 1 pump of this and a couple drops of this, and this is from Roche Posey, and this is their Hyaluronic B5 Serum, and this is a little bit oily too, and I just kind of combine them together because it's not like oil and water. They both like react really well together. Use it in my hand and put it all over. I feel like it makes this last longer. And then I do take these 2 products, even though I've used my tretinoin or whatever, and I kind of just work them down my neck and my ears and stuff. And then the next thing I do is use an eye cream. I'm a big lover of eye creams. I know a lot of people say you don't need to use them. I've just always used them, and I enjoy them. So I am using the Biosense Squalene and Marine Algae eye cream. I got this with some points from Sephora, and I really like it a lot. I really almost, I've got a little bit left, but a little goes a really long way. I did notice that on the website they had 40% off this eye cream, and it comes with a little spatula. I was so tempted to pick it up, but I have other eye creams I need to get through, and I already have a new eye cream that came in like a set that I ordered. So I'm gonna go back to that eye cream. I've previously used it, and I'll explain more about that, but I'm really enjoying this. I don't know that's doing anything differently than my other eye creams. It's just incredibly hydrating, the squalene in it, and it doesn't irritate my eyes, and that's key. So if it doesn't irritate my eyes, it's already won a place in my routine. And then if it actually does something nice for my skin, it really does soothe that area and keep it really moist and hydrated. So yeah, I really like this. I don't know that I'd necessarily purchase it again. I was tempted, but I thought, nope, I'm not gonna do it. So I didn't. Then I go in with chapstick, and this is Natural Chapstick. It's like the Chapstick Naturals. I got it in a set of 3. This is rose water, and then there's a vanilla one and a mint or eucalyptus, not eucalyptus, a minty one. And I love them. I keep them in my nightstand drawer, and every single night as my last step, I just coat my lips with this and I go to bed. I used to buy the Laneige sleeping mask. I do have some Sarah Happ lip stuff left, but honestly, I just like this, and I'm just gonna keep on purchasing chapstick. So it's good. So I told you what I do on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and what I do on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So Sunday night is treatment night. And on Sunday nights, I always, like, either in the summer, I take care of my toenails, paint them. In the winter time, I might shave my legs on a Sunday night as a big treat, because I really don't do a lot of shaving in the winter months. And I deep condition my hair. I might put on like a really hydrating face mask or something like that. And if it's time for me to color my roots, I'll color my roots on a Sunday night. It's just whatever treatments need to be done at home, I do them on Sunday nights. So one thing that I did do often on Sunday nights was I would use like the Oz Naturals glycolic mask. You put it on, I have a whole video about that I'll link in the description box, but you apply it to your face. You make a base with baking soda and water. You let it sit on your face for like 5 minutes, and then you neutralize it and remove it. And it really does do a great job of kind of like sweeping away any dead skin cells and really brightening up your skin. I also like the red one from the Ordinary's glycolic kind of like treatment mask. Those are 2 really good ones, and I still do those, but maybe once every 6 weeks. I used to do them every Sunday, and what I found out is that I was using glycolics on my skin too often, and I was actually creating the dry skin that I needed to remove. So it was like a never-ending cycle. And since I've been putting a lot more moisturization and hydration in my skin and laying off all the acids every single day, my skin has looked a lot better, and just has been like, my fine lines have really plumped up, and before I thought I had them kind of etched in, but they weren't. So I feel like I was kind of creating not only dry skin, but drying out my skin enough that it was creating more lines with movement that were staying put. So I was making wrinkles in my face, if that makes sense. So I don't do that anymore. I only do it when my skin is looking dull and when I need it. And that's not very often, because on Sunday night, I do something so much less intense. On Sunday night, I just take a little cotton, and this is something I used to use every day, twice a day, and now I use it just on Sunday nights. And it's the Ordinary Glycolic Acid 7% Toning Solution. And so after I wash my face in the shower on Sunday night and remove all the residue, spritz a little toner, pat my face dry, I'll take a cotton ball and go over my face with this, even like up to my brows, around my eyes, and I'll just let this kind of sit on my face for like 10 minutes like a mask, and then I rinse it off. I know there's a lot of people, and I used to do this too, who used this every single day, and I would just leave it on. Like I would use this at night as part of my routine, and then I would just put other products over it and go to sleep. But it was really drying out my skin, like I said. So now I use this as my treatment and as my weekly deeper exfoliation. My skin didn't need nearly as much exfoliation as I thought it did. And I was just creating more dry skin and more fine lines and wrinkles, and I'm not doing that anymore. And yeah, I don't know if that would be right for you, but it's right for me. I feel like I don't have a lot of sun damage on my skin, where some people might have more and they feel like they have to do more peels and things like that. And I don't know, you could talk to your dermatologist about that. But for me, I just don't need that much exfoliation. I feel like I get enough of it during the week when I use my retinol or retinaldehyde, and the rest of my ingredients are soothing ingredients. So when the winter months get here, I'll add in a more hydrating moisturizer when the heat goes on, but right now I don't need it. Okay, now let's move on to the daytime skincare routine, and this should go pretty quickly. So when I wake up in the morning, the only thing I do is pull my hair back in a headband, pull the rest of my hair back, go to the sink, and I basically rinse my face off, but I use a very gentle cleanser. And I'm finishing something up. I don't think I'll repurchase this, not because I don't like it. I love it, but I feel like there's a lot of really less expensive versions of this same product. This just came in a set and I needed to finish it up. And it's from Herbivore, and it's the Pink Cloud. And this is like a glycerin-y, very, I don't know, it feels really slippery. It doesn't foam up or anything like that. It's incredibly hydrating. And let me tell you what it says. It says that it's the creamy jelly cleanser, and that explains it. It's like a jelly. And it just says apply 1 or 2 pumps to wet skin and rinse with warm water. Incredibly gentle. The other thing that is very similar to this is the Derma E cleanser. It's in the blue bottle, and it's also like a jelly cleanser. But this is an empty, and it's the Hydrating Gentle Cleanser, hyaluronic acid, chamomile, and vitamin E. It's sulfate free, and it conditions and softens your skin. It's clean, it's cruelty free, and it's almost exactly the same as this. Like the consistency feels the same. You get way more in here, and it's like a fraction of the price. This is really nice if you like to spend a lot of money, or you like deluxe packaging in a nice glass bottle, and you know, it's just a little bit fancy. I did purchase this, like I said, in a set. I'll show you the rest of it. And I'm using it up, and I love it, but I'm not going to spend a lot on my cleanser. And then I go in next with my Vichy 89, and this is hyaluronic acid and volcanic water, and it has like, I wanted to say 89 minerals. I think it has like 15 minerals in it. And this is basically the same product as this, except this one's like a little bit greasier and oilier, and I like it at night, and it doesn't break me out. I actually prefer this one, but it's not good during the day beneath my makeup and stuff. It makes me get oilier. I have combination skin. It makes me get oilier during the day and stuff. So I like more kind of like products that sink right in. And this is perfect. It sinks right into your skin. It comes out clear. It feels like water. You rub it into your skin, and then it dries down, and it's as if you've put nothing on your skin, but it's really plumping it up and kind of hydrating those layers of skin, and again, really helping plump up fine lines. Everything is geared toward plumping and making my skin look like juicy and radiant. I don't think I can ever get like that beautiful glass skin, but at my age, 53 and menopausal and all that, I just want to use as much as I can to just keep my skin looking and acting like younger skin. After the Vichy 89 serum is completely soaked in, it doesn't feel like I have anything on my skin, it's just really soft. Then I go in with my Genifique Youth Activating Serum, and this has been around forever. I've used this on and off ever since my early 40s. I used it when I was younger too. I really like this serum a lot. It just makes my skin look more radiant. I never react to it. Out of all the Lancome serums, they usually have a fragrance. This one, I can't detect a fragrance, so that's a good thing. I really love this, and this is what I'm using. All my serums do tend to be French, and that's not intentional, because I just finished up a Caudalie Vino Perfect, and I loved that as well. I think I like this more, so I don't think I'll be repurchasing the Caudalie right now. I really enjoyed it, and I do have a Caudalie eye cream I need to get through, so I'll probably add that one in after I finish this for my nighttime routine. But I used this after the Vino Perfect, and this is like water too. It's a self-loading dropper. And so you get a product out already, and then you just drop it out on your face or hand. I usually just kind of squirt it on my cheeks and then I rub it all around, and it feels a little bit slipperier than the Vichy 89, but it does soak in, so that way your makeup feels really good on top of it. It doesn't feel like you have anything oily on your skin or anything like that. And then for eye cream, I'm using the Lancome Genifique eye cream, and this is just a little pot, and it's really hydrating. If it has a scent, it's incredibly faint, but yeah, I've got about half left and I already have a backup of this. So I will be sticking with these as my daytime serums all winter and spring. When it gets to be around Mother's Day, this is almost empty. I'll start the new one, which is a smaller bottle. I don't have the size, but it's like the smaller bottle. It usually lasts about 6 or 8 months. A little goes a long way. So even though they're a little bit pricey, it really breaks down to not being that expensive at all, because you don't really have to purchase it that often. If you never purchase the large bottle and you just get the smaller bottle twice a year, you'll have enough to last you like a year and a half. You know, it doesn't take very much at all. And you can use this day or night. I really like it. And then over that, I apply my Roche Posey sunblock, and this has antioxidants and some vitamin C in it. And the Genifique also has some vitamin C in it. So I always think I don't use a vitamin C serum, but I have some vitamin C in the products I'm using. So I guess I do use a vitamin C serum. And this is what I use as my daily sunblock. And I really like it. So I'm sticking with that. So that's my daytime routine. Just wash my face, thermal water, Vichy for hydration, go in with my Genifique, and then my sunblock. So it sounds like a lot of steps, but it's really not. And once the heater goes on and the air gets colder, I'll stop using this every day. I've already kind of stopped using it every day, and I use a moisturizer instead. I use my Clinique Moisture Surge, and that I use the one for like 100 hours of hydration. But once winter gets here, I'll either switch to the more intense one, or I've got a Lancome product that I'm wanting to try too, the Hydra Zen. I'll start that. But I have enough moisturizers that are intense to get me through the winter. I already have them, and I've showed them to you in, I think, a video called New Skincare or something like that, a recent video. So I'll link that below in case you want to see it. But so that's all I do. I did want to show you though, if you're interested in the Herbivore Pink Cloud. This came in a set, and I got it last February, and I used it all spring, and then I stopped for the summer because my skin is oily and it's very humid where I live, so I didn't need that much hydration. And now I'm finishing this up. So this is like just a serum, and it feels a lot like the Genifique, and it's like a hyaluronic acid serum. It's really, really nice. And then the Pink Cloud moisturizer, and it looks like this. It feels like the Clinique Moisture Surge Intense, the more intense one that I have a little bottle of that I'm going to use in the winter. I'm just a Clinique girl. I've always used Clinique. I might, when I run out, try this in the full size, you know, to get me through the spring. And what these have inside of them is a little bit different than what Clinique has in its Moisture Surge. These have squalene, and instead of hyaluronic acid, they use tremella mushroom, which is an alternative to hyaluronic acid. I guess it acts like hyaluronic acid. It draws moisture to it. And it is incredibly moisturizing and really nice. It says that it has Damascus rose in it, and it should smell like roses, but I don't smell anything. So if it does, it's very, very light. It's a really nice product. I just picked up what I usually pick up, which is Clinique Moisture Surge. So that's why I didn't get these in the full sizes. I didn't really think about it. And I don't need it right now, but these are really nice if you're wanting to know about them or try them. A little serum, a little moisturizer. You might even be able to find it in the set and try it the way I did. I think the set was like $35, and a little goes such a long way. It's definitely a good value for your money. So if you have any questions or comments, leave them down in the comment section. Even just say hello. I love to know who's watching and interact with you a little bit. So yeah, leave me a comment, and thank you for spending some time with me. I hope that you have a blessed and beautiful day. I'll see you next time.